What's going on, everyone? Welcome to Gotta Watch 'Em All, episode 45. Today is Thursday, May the 3rd, 2018. My name is Ken Pescator, joined by Adam Tuttle, my co-host. Adam, how are you?
Woohoo! Doing fantastic.
We're a podcast that covers Pokemon in all its forms before doing a watch-along with an episode of the anime, starting all the way back with episode 1. But today, we will be watching episode 45, Holy Matrimony. And boy, this was a doozy.
It's a zinger.
I can't wait to talk about it and watch it again, because this was a good one. Today's episode is going to be brought to you by patreon.com/gottawatchemall. We would appreciate it if you checked out that website, but we'd love to get your support. And I do want to give a shout out to our patrons, especially Mr. Terry Wolf. Thanks so much, Terry. We really appreciate your support. It means a lot.
The wolf himself. All
right, on today's show, we're going to be talking about Forbidden Light. We got a really good glimpse of the entire set, so we get to see the artwork. Pokemon Go has the Battle Showdown event that's going on, came out of nowhere. There's a new legendary distribution in the video games, and some really, really awesome new products from the Pokemon Center. This is one of those weeks where you see the products and you're like, I might have to buy this. It's always hard to resist the Pokemon Center, but sometimes it's like really hard. So,
and this is just one of those weeks.
It's one of those weeks, and we'll talk about the product that came out that's really cool. And then, of course, we're going to do a watch-along with our episode, Holy Matrimony, at the end of the episode, and we'll follow it up with a live unboxing of a booster, and I'm going to get a Hyper Rare. That's what's going to happen.
And I'm going to get a Hyper Rare. We're all going to get a Hyper Rare.
All right, let's talk about Forbidden Light. So, there was a little bit of a preview about a week ago, and stores are starting to do their pre-release events for the set, and it's really, the momentum of Ultra Prism is continuing, and people are really excited for the new cards. And what seems to be happening is people are taking existing decks that have been either tried and true or something new for this season, and they're able to kind of drop a couple of these cards from Ultra Prism and Forbidden Light into these existing decks and just kind of spice them up a bit. And I think that's a really cool concept, and it will allow to, people that have, invested in decks that, they don't want to stop using them, but they want to bring new cards into the mix as well. This is pretty cool. Now, I'm looking forward to Volcanion, which is a pure water type in this set, but there is a cool ability where once during your turn, you can discard a water energy from your hand. If you do, you can switch your opponent's active Pokemon with one of their bench Pokemon. Now, in the Volcanion deck, the existing EX has the Steam Up ability, so being able to kind of potentially use this as a free switch, because I'm already running 2 Switch and 3 Guzma, I think. So there's a lot of opportunity for me to move Pokemon around, and with an ability like this, I might be able to just, put a sprinkling of a couple water energy in the deck and take advantage of this ability. But I haven't played any Prism Star cards yet, so I'm excited for that. And then Lysander, that Prism Star card is another one where for each of your fire Pokemon in play, put a card from your opponent's discard pile in the Lost Zone. So if people are playing like a recycling deck, this could be, very, very useful to kind of just take a card out of commission, even if it's, in part of a play from your opponent, like where they're hoping to pull it out, in a round or two. You can intercept that and then just, take it out of the game pretty much.
Yeah, you can take items with, if you're playing against Garbodor with Trashalanche, you can move a whole bunch of items out of their discard to have them do less damage.
Yeah.
Or if they have the Rotoms and you need 9 tools in the discard, then you just move those out. So that there's some serious plays to be made with that Lysander Prism card.
And the other thing I like about this set, and I'll link to the page that Pokemon.com put together where they actually show the art, and you can save each individual image if you want to make proxy cards, but they show the art of the whole set, no secret rares. I saw a really nice blend of hand-drawn stuff, and then there's a couple like practical artwork where it's an actual 3D model. Like if you look at the Execute, this is the first card in the set, like they're actual physical like little eggs like sitting in the grass. And then the other one that I saw was Litleo. It's like a little vinyl figure sitting on a rock, like real life photography, and it's like it's sitting next to a Delphox that's like this beautifully painted, heavy duty, like hardcore image. And then you have this cute little Litleo that's a little toy sitting on a rock. So it's a cool blend. And I love this. I love when the sets have like a blend of the hand drawn stuff, the computer generated stuff, the painted stuff, the practical stuff. And they really hit a home run too with the GX artwork. And I like what they're doing now where the cards go kind of full bleed, like the little highlights of the card actually escape the frame. So they really take advantage of that in the set. And like, if you look at the Greninja card, it goes all the way to the edge, side to side. It like looks really cool. But I guess the standouts right away in this deck are going to be the Nagandale Ultra Beast, that GX card, and also there's an Ultra Necrozma here that has the Sky Scorching Light. That's the move that we first saw in the video games with the Z move in Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon. So they brought that to the card, and I haven't used these Ultra Beasts in the deck. Like, Adam, have you played any of these or played against any of these?
No. I've been completely, out of the loop for a little while here. Aiming to get back into it, though.
Yeah,
I haven't been to any tournaments recently.
Yeah, I'm actually going to my local card shop tomorrow. Got the day off, and I told my son, I go, pick a spot to go. Let's go anywhere. Where do you want to go? And pick the card shop. So I was like, my boy. So we're going to the card shop. I got to buy some sleeves and stuff. So I got to restock on. I get the Pro Fit sleeves, and then the standard size Ultra Pros. But I like putting them in the tight fitting ones. If I'm going to put it in a binder, I'll put it in the tight fitting sleeve and then put that into the binder, into the 9-page or the 9 pocket.
Yeah, you got to keep those cards protected. Yes. I mean, what I'm looking forward to in this set is that there's so many cards that were like, it's the same card. They're just basically reprinted as a different type with a different energy type. So you can mix and match. You can have the Toxicroak from the other set that's psychic, and you can have the Toxicroak that's fighting, or like whatever to fit your decks need.
Okay, yeah, sure.
And I'm sure that helps with all those unit energies too. And then also I'm looking forward to the Diancie, the Prism Star Diancie.
One of the things they brought forward from the Ultra Prism set is these full arts that have like the solid color backgrounds, where they're kind of, they look stripped down, where the background is just one flat color. The Yveltal and the Xerneas and the Dialga, like those things look crazy. The Ultra Necrozma card looks crazy. They nailed it.
They always nail it.
And Crasher Wake's trainer card is amazing too. It's like all luchadored out. All right, let's jump over to Pokemon Go. This has been an exceptionally busy time for that game. There's just been one after another when it comes to events, and they've been keeping the players pretty busy. Right now, the Battle Showdown event is going on from May 1st through the 14th. This is a fighting type event where, listen to everything that they added here. Now, this kind of came out of nowhere, and they've been doing this to us where they won't announce anything beforehand. It's not like a community day where you've got a month heads up. This stuff just kind of pops out of nowhere, and they say, hey, starting today at this time, this is going to happen. And that's pretty much what happened. Like, the article came out, and everyone was just like panicking because we were not expecting this. But it's the Battle Showdown. Increased fighting type spawns. Shiny Makuhita and Shiny Metatite have been added to the game. There's double XP for gym battles and raid battles. This is a big one. 2 times multiplier towards gym badges. You're going to get
them berries in.
Dude, bonus items from Pokestops and gyms. Guaranteed 3,000 Stardust and a minimum of one rare candy for raid participation. So you don't even have to win, and you'll still get 3,000 Stardust and at least one rare candy. Normally you get 500 Stardust. There's new boxes in the store that are pretty decent. Not as good as the Kanto event, but they're still pretty strong, between 50 and 60% discount. And all this is going through the 14th. Now, we also, in the middle of this event, we're going to have our legendary rotation, and we're going to see Latias in the US. So we're getting double XP for raid battles, and we're going to see the first week of a new raid boss, legendary raid boss. So everyone's going to be out there raiding. This is going to be a pretty epic week of Go. I'm pretty excited.
Listen, I just spun my 7-day streak today and got 59 items.
It's insane. That is absolutely insane. Now, did you have enough room? Did it like bring you over the limit?
No, I've been running because I've been catching everything with these events because it's just nonstop. I was down to probably 50 Pokeballs, and like probably like 10, 15 Ultra Balls and Great Balls.
Wow, that's insane. I think I got down to at one point. I know I had no Pokeballs and no Great Balls. I mean, I was sitting pretty on Ultra Balls, but that's all I had. So if I was catching a Weedle, I was still using an Ultra Ball. It was crazy.
Oh, I wouldn't even waste that.
Dude, I need that Weedle candy, bro. Pineapple.
Not that bad.
But, this event is also going along with, there was a research rotation where the field research has now switched over. There's a new research breakthrough legendary, which is Zapdos. I guess they're going to be rotating through the birds now on a monthly basis. And it seems like there's going to be this monthly rotation of the research where they're going to introduce all these new tasks and they're going to be kind of focused. And this one, they actually announced this ahead of time. They said, Zapdos is here for a month and you're going to see electric type research tasks and ones that are going to focus on like your skill as a trainer. So I haven't really seen too much new, tasks yet, but I
have.
Have you? I've seen catches, like catch electric Pokemon. I've
seen the power Pokemon 5 times. Like I've seen that.
Right.
But then I just got one today that was just like power Pokemon. So I'm like, okay. And then I get a Plusle.
Okay. Yeah. So maybe the rewards are going to be electric types or something.
And then I got 2 other ones. One was catch 3 electric Pokemon and the other one was catch 3 electric, water, or bug. So any rainy weather Pokemon. Yeah, so
I'm happy with the monthly rotation. I mean, if you're a hardcore grinder, you have 4 opportunities to get a legendary, and it's a surefire thing. You just have to do, a task a day. And then if you're a casual player, if you want 1 shot at the legendary a month, you literally just have to do 7 things in the game over the course of the month, and you have a free shot at the legendary. So they're doing a good job with that system. I think the monthly rotation is fair and adequate to keep people engaged. But we all know Articuno's next, right? Like do you think that they would veer off track?
No, not at all.
It's got to be Articuno, right?
Right.
All right, looking over at the video games, we talked last week there was the distribution that was wrapping up at Target. The new distribution has been announced. It actually starts tomorrow, the day after we're recording this. So by the time you hear this podcast, you can head over to GameStop and get codes for Xerneas and Yveltal. This is going to be going through May 27th, so May 4th through May 27th. They have physical code cards. If they run out of cards, remember they can print the code for you from the register on receipt paper. So they can actually generate it in there. There's a SKU number that they could use and it prints it out on the receipt. And you can get multiple codes. And I found that this was the easiest way to get multiple codes from my store. So if you have all 4 copies of the game, you can ask them to like print you up 4 codes and they'll put 1, 2, 3, 4. They'll put it on one receipt for you. So pro tip.
I like it.
If you're a handheld player, you might as well take advantage of the distributions. I mean, it's an easy way to get Pokemon and legendaries and all that stuff. So, of course, this is going to be compatible with both Sun, Moon, and Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon. With Sun and Ultra Sun, you'll get Yveltal. If you have Moon or Ultra Moon, you'll get Xerneas. In regular Sun and Moon, they'll come in at level 60. In Ultras, they'll be level 100. And also, they'll have a held item of a golden bottle cap. So, big time, increase and improvement if you're, picking them up through Ultra Sun or Ultra Moon. So, through May 27th, free Pokemans. Go get them.
I'll be stopping by tomorrow.
Yeah, right. See, see, you work in the mall, man. Isn't GameStop
I literally work
right next door?
It's
next door. It's such torture.
You have no idea. I walk in there every day and I see all the plushies and I'm like, the deli bird's just calling my name. It's like, Adam,
buy me, spend your money. There's also a new Global Link mission that's going on. This is the global mission. So there's a couple different ways the Global Link works where, there's competitions that are online. There's competitions where you're earning points for your rankings if you want to be actually competitive. And then there's missions like this one where the bonus and the benefit to doing these kind of missions are to get festival coins, which are completely different from the battle points that you would earn to actually play in the tournament, in the national rankings. So what this is, it's running through May 1st through May 14th. So there's 2 weeks left on this. And you need to already achieve the rank of champion. So you have to beat the main story in these games to even take part in this global mission. You have to get to the battle tree because that's, where it initiates the kind of gauntlet to get the battle points. So the goal here is to get 2 million battle points before the 14th. And everyone just for participating is going to receive 1,000 festival coins. And if they hit the goal, everyone gets 2,000. And if you register with the Pokemon Global Link, register your game through the Global Link, you'll get double payout. So if they don't make the goal, you'll get 2,000 festival coins. If they do, you can get 4,000 festival coins. So you might as well register and, pair your game up with your Pokemon Trainer Club to kind of connect everything. It's just a cool way of keeping track of everything. But if you're into decking out your festival plaza, if that's your thing, this is the way to go. And, it's hit or miss with these global missions. Sometimes people knock it out, when there was the egg hatching one, I think, everyone did really well. And then there's been other ones with catch X amount of Pokemon and we failed miserably. So I don't know.
You win some and lose some.
But I don't know. I don't know how many end game players there necessarily are. And I don't know how many end game players are still playing.
I'm still playing.
Yeah, but
I haven't finished it yet.
Melissa has the champion rank on Ultra Sun. So she could take
pro.
part in it. I know, but I can't do it. I know because I'm not champion. I'm not the best there ever was. But a lot of stuff always going on in the video games. Global Link's awesome. It keeps the game fresh. And, I think next week we'll have something to talk about too with Global Link because there's another tournament coming up. This one for battle points, actual battle points. So top of the show, we talked about some really awesome new merch that's been released through Pokemon Center. And I'm a sucker for plushes. And a whole new line of plushes came out.
Dude, this Wailord.
So it's a 26-inch Wailord. It's $50. It could be like a pillow. It looks like a giant Tsum Tsum plush, like a Disney plush. It's just like a giant capsule of a Wailord. It's absolutely hilarious. They did the teeth look so derpy on it. But I just want it, and I want to use it as a pillow.
Yeah, I'm looking at all the angles right now.
Also, Gardevoir has a new plush, Tapu Lele. Now, I really like the style of plush where, they're intricate. They have smaller parts. It's not necessarily like this soft and cuddly thing, but it's more like a plush action figure almost. And this Gardevoir is stunning. It's you have to do a double take to remember and remind yourself that this is an actual plush and not a figure. It's so cool. And the same thing with the Tapu. The Lele is it looks like it could be a hard toy, but it's a plush. It's so cool.
They did such a good job with these.
Yeah, but these things come out in waves. So there's also so you have the Tapu Lele, Gardevoir, there's Wailord, there's a really cute Pichu, just looks just like you would imagine him, it's like the Pokemon Go version, super cartoony. There's a Typhlosion that looks totally awesome. This is
I know, look at the flames.
I know, it's a 9.5 inch, so it's a little bit on the bigger side. And then there was a Midnight Form Lycanroc that also came out. And that's the Pokemon Dolls line that has they're almost like chibi, little body, big head. So it has this giant, mohawk coming forward. It looks awesome. Tiny little body. $50 is a lot to spend on the plush, but I bought the big Ditto one. That's I don't know. I think it was a 24-inch Ditto or something like that. That was $50. And I've used that thing as a pillow and I've gotten so much out of that. It's I think I would use this Wailord a lot. I think I might break down and out of all the times I say I want to buy stuff on Pokemon Center, what I'm going to do when I'm finally going to break down and buy something, it's going to be a Wailord pillow. Oh, it's so bad. One other thing they have up on Pokemon Center this week is an amazing Lily and Clefairy figure. It's an 8.5-inch figure. It's from the Kotobukiya line. It's called Lively Lily and Clefairy. This is a pre-order. Now, they do these pre-orders all the time on Pokemon Center, and it's weird because they don't necessarily give you a release date. They just kind of say, you can pre-order it up to this date, and then we'll kind of let you know as it goes. But this is awesome. This figure looks absolutely amazing. $85.
What?
$85. And some of the other figures they've released have been like in that $50 range, but they're fully posable and it's like hyper articulated. I don't think this one has any articulation. It's literally just a sculpture, but it is beautiful. I don't know about $85 beautiful, but I guess 8.5 inches. Like, this is a nice shelf piece. You know what I mean? Like, this is, I guess, the real difference between, a toy and a collectible. Like, this is the real deal. But the Clefairy...
Yeah, she's got a Clefairy doll in her backpack. That's pretty sweet.
Yeah, and the Clefairy itself looks amazing. It looks like a living cartoon. And she's just super expressive. She's holding the Pokeball up over her head. She's like, forget what I said. I want to be a Pokemon master now. I lied to everyone. I love Pokemon. I can touch them. But yeah, $85, come on. How many of these do they sell? I don't know.
1 or 2.
3 or 4. Over on thinkgeek.com, which is a GameStop company, there is a pretty significant sale going on Pokemon products.
Yeah, I went through here and was like, oh, Melissa would like everything on here.
I know,
There's a bunch of Snorlax.
I know. And I think I am going to buy this Bulbasaur shirt. There's a button-up Bulbasaur, like, kind of, like, I don't know how you would even describe it. It's almost like not like a Hawaiian shirt, but it just has, like, all these funky prints of the Bulbasaur line. And it's like a $50 shirt, 50% off, $25. It's like, all right, I might be in at $25. I ain't going to spend 50 on it, but I'll spend 25. ThinkGeek is cool. There's just like random licensed stuff that you wouldn't necessarily think. Like there's a lot of jewelry and like dumb sweaters and puzzles and coffee mugs. And
yeah, I like the Pikachu holiday sweater.
Yeah, and it's like we broke our sugar bowl here at home, so it's like we're on the hunt for a sugar bowl. We're like, we got to find like a Snorlax bowl or something to use. So it's like I was all over the site looking for a sugar bowl. A lot of the stuff is half off. Some of it's 20% off, 33% off. Like there's some
of it's
deep
70%
discounts.
off.
Yeah, there's deep discounts here. Ladies Litten T-shirt, $7. Hell yeah. There's like nice handbags, like messenger bags, and like nice women's purses, like handbag style, like leather, and 20% off, 25% off. So it's good stuff. I hate paying full retail for anything. I'm cheapy. I'm always looking for a deal. So check out the link if you want to get some stuff from ThinkGeek. I think they typically do free shipping.
Well, it says free shipping on orders $75 or more. So it's like,
that's rough, especially when the stuff is on sale. It's like the reason I want to buy it on sale is so I don't have to spend $75. Yeah, I think I could easily spend $75 on the items on this page. Melissa wants that big Snorlax beanbag chair so bad.
Hey, it's free shipping.
$150. Yeah, dude, that would be a great item to get free shipping on. Probably comes in like a refrigerator box. I like the Munchlax lunchbox. That's a good one.
Yeah, no, and it's cheap too. It's reasonable. It's only $12.99.
Like, do I really need a Munchlax lunchbox? And then I'm like, yeah, I do.
Yep.
All right, let's talk about this episode. It is episode 45. It's called Holy Matrimony. The original U.S. air date was May 13th, 1999. What we're going to do is we're going to take a little break. When we come back, we're going to get our screens synced up. If you want to do a watch along with us, bring it up on Netflix. We'll hit play together. You can turn yours on mute and then watch along with us as we watch and give our commentary and go over the episode. So we'll be right back in a moment. And we're back. Thank you, Snorlax. Let's get into this episode. We got Netflix queued up. Episode's right at the top of the show. We're gonna hit play in 3, 2, 1, play. Whee! Can never get sick of this intro. So, what was the original air date of this? It was March something, 1999.
March 13th.
So easy to forget, like, how old this stuff is. It's crazy. It's like this. What brands have had this staying power in, like, the kids, world? Like, you think of like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Transformers, like they've come and gone and things like that. Like, man, Pokemon is just
it's strong.
Just stayed strong so long. I'm telling you, man. Look, when I worked at Gamestop for a long time, and all of my stores would do so well whenever there was a GameStop, whenever there was a Pokemon release, and you would see people in the store like who are these people, and they would come out of the woodworking. Just it was insane. It was so continuously good. All right, episode starting.
Excellent new companion.
Hey, look, they're walking
with the egg. That's how they get their kilometer distance in.
Missing.
All right, so they come across this poster, like a signpost, and it's missing. It's a missing poster, and it's a little kid, and it's the kid version of Jesse.
James.
James.
It looks like James.
What? What? Yeah, it looks like James. Bit like a maybe 12-year-old James.
Have you seen that boy in the photo?
We have if he's James from Team Rocket.
So, like, this butler shows up in a stretch limo and pulls out a megaphone and starts barking at him like, "Have you seen that boy?" And
this kid looks a lot like you.
This is an interesting part. Team Rocket shows up. Oh, well, first Ash and the crew just got kidnapped by the butler in the limo, so they're out of the picture already. But Jesse and James, they're rolling up and looking at this sign of James, and like, doesn't James know what he's getting himself into here?
These gates.
Yeah, they show up to like this giant like Daddy Warbucks compound.
Seems like we drove past the main gate about half an hour ago.
Look how happy Pikachu
their
is.
tea and crumpets.
Pikachu's eating the cookies, so happy, my little biscuit.
I've seen shopping malls smaller than this place.
So they see this giant building, and they're all excited because that's the biggest mansion they've ever seen in their entire life. And Brock just says he's seen shopping malls that are smaller than it.
It's the biggest mansion I've ever seen.
That is not the mansion. This little doghouse is for
And Alfred over here is like, "That's not the mansion."
behind you there.
That's the mansion.
Yeah, that's the doghouse.
It points at like Wayne Manor. It's like, boom.
Please follow me.
I don't know. I can't look at a butler like this without thinking of Alfred and Batman and Bruce Wayne.
Oh, wow. Yeah. We're in the lap of luxury. Woo! We hit the jackpot.
All right, so this is the first indication that we're seeing here in the episode that James is kind of
on sad.
Yeah, we're on a different level here. Now, what? Okay, they walk into this mansion, and they see two coffins laid out, and it's like, what the heck is happening right now? How is this a kid's show?
And the butler is like explaining that like his parents were dead.
But they died because they lost their son that never came back, and they pretty much lost the will to live. And poor Master James, who's now like underneath the floorboards or something, like eavesdropping on this conversation, has just realized that his parents are dead.
Real soon won't do. His parents' will clearly states that Master James must marry his fiancée within 24 hours of their passing away. If not,
all right, so the big deal here, and this is the kind of the way the plot rolls out of this episode. This whole place, now that his parents are dead, this whole place is up for grabs, but he has to marry this chick that he probably doesn't even know, so we think, in order to get this inheritance.
Within 24 hours.
Within 24 hours, so, but
I didn't think of that.
now you have the crew, Ash and the crew here coming to the realization, like, oh my gosh, like, James' parents are dead. This is not a normal time. And then Team Rocket shows up, and like James is losing his mind a little bit now. He's starting to realize, I guess, the severity of what's going on.
Look, James, we're becoming very annoyed with you.
All right,
Don't you want to become
this
the richest guy in a
is heavy. This starts to get heavy because
his own team's turning against him because they want him to marry so they can all get rich.
But you start to see like this poor guy, start coming apart at the seams. Like he's literally losing his mind, and he's like caught in the mix between Jesse and Ash and them.
A boy was
and now
he's giving us this backstory.
Poor
They were
Growly.
both freezing, and they hadn't eaten in days.
So,
Growly,
I pre-watched
you're
this
not going
episode,
to make it.
but when I'm
Leave it
watching
alone and
this,
save yourself.
it's like, who would have thought that an episode right away would take a turn where you're getting a full-blown backstory of James? And it shows him as a child. He sees like a painting of angels on the side of a house, and he's like hasn't eaten in days, and he like falls over. He tells his Growlithe like, Growly,
Go on without me.
I'm not gonna make it. And then he sees like the angels, and he's like, they're coming for me.
Then the boy departed this world. Little Growly howled all night. The boy was found frozen solid.
Dude, it's
Such a sad ending.
so he
then-
tells the story of dead James, and like
Can't believe James is gone.
I love Japanese.
How he was frozen
writing.
solid, and
It's so
everybody's
good.
sobbing now.
It's so good. Oh well, not everybody. Misty's like, what are you guys doing?
I'm all mixed up.
Look at James, man. He's coming
It doesn't
apart.
matter
He's
what you
losing it.
remember, Just take the cash.
But James can't get his inheritance unless he marries some girl in the next 24 hours.
We'll
Tell
fake a
him,
wedding and
Ash.
scram with the money.
That's ridiculous.
We'll fake a wedding and scram with the
This
money.
entire estate will be yours.
I love how it's
True Team Rocket.
Dude, I was gonna say it's always, no matter what, it's just always shenanigans.
See it our way.
Let me go. I don't want
Oh,
to.
that was a vine whip.
Get
Yeah,
married.
right.
He
No,
should be free
just
to
kidding.
decide
It's
who
some
he
rope.
does or doesn't want to marry.
Look at Meowth holding that. He's got his two claws like he's not, no claws. They're not wrapped around.
This
Dude,
is great.
all right.
These invisible costumes are
I don't even know
perfect.
how to explain this part,
Yes,
but
coming.
what we're looking at now is like almost like Weekend at Bernie's, where they're like dragging around the dead Bernie body, but it's like James, and they're pretending they're wearing invisible costumes, like they're dressed in black, and they're puppeteering James into the house to meet. Well, now he's meeting the butler.
Thank you.
Did the butler have a name? I don't
Yeah.
even know.
They wouldn't have
Meowth has, I don't know. Meowth is like controlling his legs.
Your little boy James
Jesse's
is finally
controlling his
returned
arms.
home, just as you wished.
Oh, mommy, daddy.
But it's like they're wearing black and like black veils, but like Jesse's hair is still like, sticking out of the back.
Yeah, bright pink.
It's so dumb. It's so stupid.
I'm going to get married just like it says in your will, and I want cash, not a check.
What's that?
It's the dumbest thing
I'm
ever,
only
dude.
joking, of
At-
course.
It was.
Oh,
It took me about,
I wish I'd come
I don't know,
sooner.
60 seconds of seeing this stupid thing play out here with dead parents' funeral right here.
Prepare for trouble.
Also, we thought.
Make it double.
And their intro is Team Rocket's intro.
So that's interesting, because would they have, did any of that come from Jesse, or did that whole thing come from James's parents?
It's just like them to pull a stunt like this to
That
get
was
me
from
to come
James's
back
parents.
Oh, no, but
That mean
You really don't have amnesia?
home. Huh? Who am I? Where am I?
look at him, he's losing it.
And you're about to be married.
I do like James's, his father's mustache is pretty awesome.
I've got to
Look how
escape.
strong Alfred is.
Oh no, James.
He can
you're
carry
tying
all
the
three
knot.
of them.
Jesse means you tie in the noose.
And they just take them upstairs into
But-
to a room. They disappear.
Look at Ash, he's like, what just happened?
Because everybody thought that they were dead.
But also, it's the suspension of belief with the invisible costumes that Meowth and Jesse are wearing. Like, they don't address it. They just go along with it. And it's like, I don't understand if I'm supposed to think that they really can't see them or not. Like, do they see them?
A man who can't settle down.
And like Ash and the gang sees him,
Well, yeah, that's why Misty's like, what are you guys even doing?
You'll learn to be a real gentleman once you marry the right girl. And here she is.
All right, so here's the reveal of the girl that James is supposed to marry. She's like behind holding like a fan and covering her face, but she looks like super pretty, and she's all proper looking.
Dear Jezebel.
As you wish, mother.
she's got a southern accent.
And it's Jezebel. Jezebel.
My ears. Now that's what I call a real lady, not a tough, mean, nasty guy like Jesse.
Yeah. Catnip to my ears. Fantastic slogan.
Nasty.
Fantastic.
My name's Jezebel. My only wish is to be your devoted and loving wife and companion.
So as
And
Jezebel
also
is slowly lowering the
educate
fan,
you in
to
your
reveal her
duties as a
face,
gentleman of
she's like a clone of Jessie with red hair and everything. It's like, what?
Just her hair's curly and like more orange. And they do like the hair.
That's the best. The face that James just made. It's the best. Like, honestly, that's going to be the thumbnail. Is that face of James just going like, ah! He's so.
Because he's coming to the realization that Jezebel and Jesse look exactly the same.
It's so good.
He's like, I'm going to be marrying my closest team member.
If you don't get married, you've got to go through with it.
If you won't get married for yourself,
So there is a long-running morality, lesson through this episode. So. You've got your good friends in Meowth and Jessie completely bullying him and kind of trying to take advantage of him and put words in his mouth, literally put words in his mouth with what they're doing with the puppeteering act. But, they're just pushing him over and over to do something that he doesn't want to do. And it's like, he's struggling. Like, he's physically struggling, he's emotionally struggling, mentally struggling, Like this is a really messed up episode, man. This is crazy so far.
And his so-called fiance, or the girl he's supposed to marry, has been waiting for him this entire time. Just like
since he's 12 years old. Like, and he's ready. She's ready to get married, like right now.
So are they 18? Like, how old is
Dude,
James?
I read somewhere on some Bulba wiki or something like that they were 15. That's in I don't know if it was in, I forget what magazine. There was an official article at some point in Japan, and it said that they were 15. Like, they kind of did a glossary and some kind of compendium, and they put them at 15 years old. So I don't know. Do they marry at 15? Oh my god, look at it.
That's crazy.
That was a great scene. Jesse just got scolded for actually believing that no one could see them in their invisible costumes.
They're like, we were just waiting for you to get.
Do whatever you feel like anymore.
So
Jezebel's got a ringleader.
Jezebel's no joke, dude. She's like, this is like the 50 Shades of Grey, like, dungeon room. She's got a whip.
Yeah, she looks like a ringleader with that giant whip, and she's getting ready to tame James.
Everything was fine until you opened that big mouth of yours.
Do you take us for fools?
We just ignored you until you.
Yeah, James' parents are no joke.
Yeah, why is she playing a flute?
It's her special move. Yo, so Jesse just threw like a ninja smoke bomb down. That was awesome.
James being smacked around.
Dude, I love the animation. This whole sequence is amazing the way it's animated. Like, it's so over-the-top characterized. Like,
yeah,
it's definitely a new style, right? Like, we haven't really seen animation like that.
No. And she's like whipping to the point where like her whip is literally like crashing through crates and wood things. And just like, if she hit James with that, he'd like get sliced open.
But dude, Ash and them are literally just sitting on the sidelines like they should have popcorn. They're literally just watching this happen. Look at the derpy
derpy face. So Vileplume's Pokedex entry is the derpiest face possible.
It's like just this little smiley face. It looks like the Kind of Funny logo.
So now Vileplume's using Stun Spore,
yeah.
And just paralyzing James.
Everybody.
And it affects the whole team.
Sleeping like a baby.
Look at her gas mask. She looks mean.
James, my sweet, I'll make a gentleman out of you yet, even if it destroys us. Oh, Hopkins.
Dude, she is Jessie.
Would you please get a large broom and sweep up this mess?
Yes.
Man, just threw him out like a bouncer.
She's more like a cactus.
If he marries her, James gets his inheritance.
Jesse's you gotta give it to Jessie though. She's focused. Like, she just got thrown out on her butt and she's still like pushing for James to get married.
Hey,
Oh snap!
Oh, somebody's hitting the door.
It's Crowley.
Yeah, but the team doesn't know.
Huh? What you want?
Pika Communications.
Somebody to open the door of that doghouse.
Okay.
So the doghouse is like a normal full-size human
Come on,
house.
Give me a hand here.
No, it's a mansion. And this is like everybody's pulling. It's like tug of war.
Well,
and Jesse's helping.
Yeah, that's the thing. You see like this is a weird dynamic in this episode between the characters. It's cool.
What's that?
James is so good.
James, it's time for the wedding.
I like how in his most desperate moment he just calls out for Growly and he just happens to be there.
Now let you in here. Vileplume, get rid of this horrid thing.
Run, Growly!
It's like, what are you talking about? Run. Got this.
And Growly
I'm a
literally
fire type.
crashes out of the window and carries James to safety. Shut the door, quick.
I'll follow you to the ends of the earth.
Standing on top of a
Dude,
Charizard gargoyle.
she's mean, dude. She's mean.
You saved me, Growly. Thank you.
Oh.
Growly saves
But
James.
I like how they make Growly like very domesticated, like sitting there like a normal dog licking. Like that's hilarious.
Oh, like you're not even bigger.
But look at Ash and them again. They're just like spectators. This entire episode, they're just sitting on the sideline.
As soon as my engagement to Jezebel was announced, she began to follow
more
me
backstory.
everywhere, trying to change me. Nothing I did was refined enough for her. Please leave me alone.
Her engagement.
But look,
when
look
they
how
were,
little.
like,
Look how little. Yeah,
5?
see, they're like that looks like 7, 8 years old. They show Jezebel and she's got Oddish, which is kind of cool, precursor to Vileplume. Yeah, dude, that's like 6, 7-year-old kid. So she was waiting and dressed for him to come back for like
Since I was a kid,
15
I
years.
hated how upper-class society
That's
had
insane.
rules for absolutely everything. Jezebel is so rigid, marrying her would be the worst mistake of my life.
But again, you're seeing
Growly is
openly
my only
this
real
kind
friend
of
on this stuff
major
you say.
turmoil that's going on, and internal struggle of James.
You like to grow up in
You
a
really
place
feel
like
bad
this?
for him.
Who'd have thought being rich could be such a bummer? What's that?
What?
Now what?
My sweet James, you can't escape.
Jezebel
me.
just pulled a Kool-Aid man, broke through the wall.
Vileplume, stun them to sleep just
All right, we're finally getting some action here.
Some more stun spore.
Pikachu, electric shock.
Growly heats it away with his flamethrower.
This is a nice little 1-2 punch here. So Pikachu uses an electric attack to kind of set it up, and then Growlithe just lights it up. And
Burns it.
But I like how they animate that because it shows, yes, you're weak to,
Best. Thank
weak to fire. Growlithe.
It's lunchtime in the pond.
Oh, feeding the Magikarp.
This is funny. This is so funny.
Look, Jezebel.
Jezebel.
Dude, the animation is
Oh,
definitely
what a
different
fun
in this
dog
episode.
loves
There's a lot of animation techniques, like, you don't see frame rates that fast in a lot of episodes, and, like, just the styling is definitely unique to this episode.
Much too good for our delinquent son.
Well, Growly, please take good care of my parents. They need you here.
Dude, James looks good in this suit.
Crust high life doesn't suit
Yeah, he
me.
does.
I'm better living the low life with Team Rocket. Plus, I like my freedom. Please don't cry, Growly. It's hard
Dude,
enough
this
to
is so
leave
bad.
This is like just as bad as Bye Bye Butterfree.
Growly.
When Ash leaves Butterfree.
But, like, look at this send-off. It's like, he's like a... It's amazing. It's amazing that
Samurai.
this looks right now.
He just walks off into the sunset while Growly howls. But then it's like daylight again?
All
I
that
don't-
money and luxury was
Dude, but
just
this was there was a lot of it happens really quick. Like everything that just
guess you're
transpired
Prepare
felt like
for
it was
Huh?
rapid fire.
It's him.
James,
But they packed so much like emotion into that, and then
make it
this is
double.
I don't know, man. This is like
Yeah,
a highlight.
Jesse-
This is a highlight of the season for me right here.
Yeah. Jesse and Meowth thought, James was gonna stay, but James shows up in the Meowth balloon and
They wouldn't give me the
picks him up.
inheritance.
Oh, there's always
And then there's
next
a
time. We may
completely
not make a lot of
awkward,
money,
plutonic
but
friend
we sure
zone
have
kind of
got our
conversation
freedom.
between Jesse and James
Double
that
trouble
makes the
time.
relationship very strange.
Sounds great to
you know,
me,
like
James.
let's handshake.
But look at this. Look, watch. Look at the eyes. Look at the eyes. Like, ah.
I know it's the romantic,
Dude,
like,
it's. I'm telling you,
glossy eyes.
they got benefits.
Please, won't y'all help me find my beloved James?
Believe me, miss.
Look at the animation. It's so awesome. That's totally.
That is not.
I
That's
know.
not how they run.
So cool.
They don't run properly.
You see how she runs properly. That's why she makes a dust cloud and they don't.
Maybe.
You're not running properly.
You're not running properly.
All right.
Okay,
So what do you think?
Moral
Man?
of the story. Moral of the story is money can't buy happiness.
And the interesting part too, the kicker, is with James being part of a team that's like the greediest team in the world, who's money hungry constantly through every episode, just trying to get rich, and faced with the opportunity of trading his life to fulfill the goal of being rich, like. You're absolutely right. Can't. It's not worth it, man.
He even said it himself, like he'd rather live the low life.
I like that part. It was cool because he kind of calls out that the life that he lives is so far distant from the life that would be living in a mansion, and he's like, look, this is for me, and the fact that he has Jesse and ultimately Mal, to do it with, it's like it's. I don't know, man. They packed a lot of. They really made you care about James this episode, like a lot, and it kind of came out of nowhere. And I've been talking all this smack, like I do every single week, where they, I'm saying they got to get back on track, and this was clearly off track. I mean, Ash and Pikachu and the crew were barely in this episode. They're literally
bystanders.
Yeah, they're bystanders. One attack from Pikachu, and that was it. This episode was filled with funny moments, and they really lay the Pixar emotion on you a little bit, with the story of Growly, and then you think James' parents are dead, like this. It's like all over the place, but again, doesn't have anything to do with the main story arc with the gym progression or Ash becoming the best there ever was. But I think this was a very necessary episode to plug some humanity back into Team Rocket, because they were falling into this just. Flavor the weekly buffoonery, but...
After the hospital episode, like, they're trying to steal wounded Pokemon. Like, come on, how low can you get?
Yeah, they're real people. They have feelings, too. But, no, it was cool to see everyone kind of working together in some parts, and then everyone kind of being sad together, and then being happy to get... Like, it was just a great episode. I loved it. Two big thumbs up, but I still...
all around a wonderful episode.
I still want to see him get back on track.
Yeah, we haven't seen a gym battle in forever.
So we got a really great comment on the YouTube version of episode 43. There was his username is withbrin355, and he mentions that he says, "Pardon me, you mentioned there are single-digit episodes left, but I believe there are 80 episodes in season 1. Further research shows that the last half of the season is missing from Netflix, which is what you're basing that on. So what are you going to do after that?" So I looked into this, and I realized that episodes 53 through 80 are not on Netflix or anywhere else on the official channels that you could watch Pokemon, because they were never released to TV. Episodes 53 through 80 were only released on home video. So these episodes are out there, but when you look at the timeline of how they rolled out, on afternoon cartoons, none of those episodes ever aired, so they're not on YouTube. Now, I'm worried because I'm like, or they're not on Netflix. I was worried because I'm like, what are we going to do after we hit 52? Where are we going to go from here? And apparently now there's a Disney app called Disney Now that has every episode of all 20 seasons available through the app. And they only go from 1 to 52. So I'm going to see if I can get my hands on good quality versions of episodes 53 through 80. And if that's the case, we'll still cover those episodes. So that way it's a little bit more complete. I mean, they just hit their 1,000th episode. So we have plenty to cover, and I'm sure it won't break the internet if we don't cover 53 through 80. But I think it would be cool if I can get my hands on those episodes and then we can actually cover those. But with Brin355, awesome call. Really cool that you called that out. And thank you so much for commenting on the video. That was a good call out. All right, Adam, it's that time. Break everyone's eardrums with.
Do you want to go first?
Yeah, I want to go first. I got Ultra Prism.
Come on,
I got Ultra Prism.
Me too. Me
All
too.
All right, 1, 2, 3. Here we go. Hippopotas, Alolan Sandshrew, Drifloon, Glameow. That is an awesome card. Carnivine, Trainer Ancient Crystal, Alolan Dugtrio, Spirit Tomb, and my reverse is a Magirna. This is an awesome looking card as well. And my rare, Full Art Looker. What?
Full Art Looker?
What? Are you kidding me? Bam, 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 bam.
Pew, 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 pew.
Heck
Yeah, see, we were just
yeah.
talking that we were getting hyper rares, but that's, I'll take that.
This is awesome. 152 of 156. I am psyched. Check out our Instagram if you want to see a picture of this card. I'll make sure this gets up there tomorrow so you can see it. Looker card is draw 3 cards from the bottom of your deck, but the artwork is amazing. I think Adam actually said a couple episodes ago that you like the look of this card.
Yes.
You like the look of the Looker card.
The look of the Looker.
Oh, okay. Beat that, man.
I'll try. All right. All right, here goes nothing. Hey, I got a Hippopotas too. Snover, Glameow, Cherubi, Electabuzz, Spirit Tomb, Magneton, Lily Trainer. My reverse holo is a Riolu, and my rare is a Licky Licky.
Okay. All right. Well,
so not a hyper, but hyper.
That's okay.
Fail.
That's okay. No. Hey man, the ups and downs. There's ups and downs. I had a poor pull last week, so I was due. But heck yeah, I'll take this full art.
Nice.
Yeah, it's
super jelly.
It's awesome. It's got the nice texture on it, and the prismy rainbowy effect. It's awesome. Looks awesome. All right, so that's pretty much going to wrap up the episode. Please check out GottaWatchTheMall.com. I'm actually transitioning. I'm going to be working on this tomorrow. We're migrating to a new platform, a new web platform that's going to be much, much better. It's going to have a security certificate, and it will also have pretty much a backup of all of our stuff, all of our audio. Everything will be backed up. LuredUp.com is going to be part of this whole transition. So this is coming soon. So if you check out the website over the next week or so, it's, probably not going to be up to snuff. I'll make sure I put a, 1995 website style under construction thing up so you guys know what's going on. But that site will be relaunching in the next week or so, and I'll make sure everyone's aware of that when we do relaunch it. But check that out. Check us out on social media. We're at Gotta Watch 'Em All pretty much everywhere. Facebook, Twitter, YouTube. And don't forget to subscribe. Please leave us a review in iTunes. We would appreciate that greatly. Check out our Patreon, patreon.com/GottaWatchTheMall, and email us, info@GottaWatchTheMall.com. Wow, that was a lot.
That was.
I'm Proud Gamer Tweet on Twitter. Adam, where can they find you?
And I'm Phoenix Back for Fire on the Twitters.
And we are Gotta Watch 'Em All. Thank you, everyone, so much for checking us out. We will see everyone
thank you.
next week. I got a full art, yeah!
I got a licky.
Yours has a cooler name.
I guess.